What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Daily Car Guy. Welcome back to the garage. And today, I think I might have a very interesting topic for you guys. But for that one, we're not staying here. Gonna find a fun location to film this because just doing this in the garage would be plain boring. And what better way to start the day than a stop at the gas station. So guys, found a nice location to make a video at, and today I want to talk about how to choose which car you want to get when you're into buying a new car. So it's something I've kind of struggled with a little bit, so you really need to get some points in order and really look into what you want. That's why point one is assess your needs. What do I mean by that? Well, how many passengers do you want to transport with the car? Do you want it to be an all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive? Cargo capacity, is that important to you? Isn't it important to you? When it's not, you can go to kind of a sporty car. When you need some capacity, you go either with a sedan or a utility vehicle. Where do you drive it? Is it an off-road car? Do you do most of your miles on the highway? Is it a city car? Do you want it to be electric or diesel or just gasoline? That's all things that come into effect when you are looking into getting a new car. Yeah, that's all things you need to think about beforehand. And when you know in this order what you want, you can go further into step number 2. So once you kind of know what you're looking for in a car and what your needs are, you really need to put your budget down. And the budget is not only what you want to pay for the car, it's also what it will cost you to drive the car, like insurance. In some places you need to pay road taxes. I don't know about that, how it works in the US, but I guess there's some kind of road tax. Here in Europe, almost every country has it, mostly dependent on the horsepowers or the engine capacity. Like in Belgium, they mostly look at the engine capacity. The higher it gets, the more you pay. That's something you really need to account for in your budgeting. So remember, not only does it cost you money to buy the car, it also costs you money to drive the car. Think about, let the truck pass by. Think about also gas. How much does the car use? That's all things you need to think about beforehand, because otherwise you have the budget to buy the car but not to drive it. So you have a garage queen, and we don't want that. We want to drive our cars. So once you know your needs and you kind of know your budget, you can start thinking about what cars are reliable for you. So you start looking and start thinking about what you want to get. You start fantasizing about the brands and everything, and consider looking at other brands. I know between Ford and Chevy it's a big deal in the US, so when a Ford is your thing, maybe try to look at the Chevy or the GMC as well, because maybe when you get to the later stages and decide to test drive one, you might like it. You really might. So be sure to consider other cars. Like I did a video a while back. I'll link it up here. It is between the Porsche Cayman and the Subaru BRZ or GT86 platform. And well, that's a consideration I was making because I want a rear-wheel drive car, sports coupe, and those two were pretty agreeable for me, so I made a comparison, and I'm still looking into both of those, but I probably will be taking both for a test drive and see what I like the most. Point number 4, decide whether you're buying new or used. Both have their pros, both have their cons, so let's see. The pro of buying new is you got a warranty. Mostly it's 4 years, I guess, this age, but it's a little bit more expensive. It's a new car. Value decreases drastically with those, especially, well, when you drive it out of the shop. It already decreased about 20% in value, so that's something to think about. When you're buying used, take a bit of a risk, maybe. Well, you save a lot of money, or the car you couldn't have new, you can have used. Well, it's a bit older, why not, if you really want that car. That's also referring back to my comparison of the BRZ and the Porsche. Yes, I could get a BRZ of 2016 and it cost me about the same as a Porsche Cayman of 2009. So which one would I choose? I don't know. Just based on those numbers, I'd probably go for the Cayman because you get a little more bang for your buck, but that's me. And also, if you're not that much of a car person, well, if you're on my channel, I hope you're a car guy, but if you're looking to buying a new second-hand car, used car, and you don't know that much of cars, be sure to take someone who knows something about cars to check the cars out with you, because otherwise you risk getting scammed. When you've got everything in order and you looked for cars and you found some cars you like, be sure to make an appointment for a test drive and test drive them. Try to schedule a few appointments on the same day so you can really have a feeling what the difference is between the cars when driving them. So that gives you a much better idea of what you're getting. Getting a test drive at a dealership, mostly the salesperson will want to talk numbers to you right after the test drive. If you don't feel like it, just tell them, walk on, move on. Maybe you have some other test drive scheduled in other places, just tell them you're still in the test driving phase. They will understand, they will let you go. And well, if after a few test drives you still don't really know, have a night of sleep about it, and when in the morning it hasn't come to you which car to get, well, go back to the test driving stage, look for some cars and schedule some more test drives. Just don't be ashamed when going on test drives and asking for test drives, because, well, it's not like it's a small price to pay. Yes, when you're into these older cars, like this MK3, they're not as expensive, but when you go into some more expensive cars, like 20, 30, 40Ks, you really want to do it, because otherwise you might regret what you bought, and it was a lot of money. At the test drive itself, there's a few things you're looking for, and what you should look out for. Well, the best thing is drive the car on the drive, how you plan on using it. So when you're going to use it as a daily driver to go from home to work and the other way around, and you experience a lot of stop and go traffic, try some stop and go traffic with the car. When you're planning on going to real hilly areas, well, try to find a nice hill to climb with the car near where the shop or the seller of the car is. Do a braking test when it's in a safe area. Also, do not turn on the stereo while doing the test drive. Just leave it off, turn it off when it's on, and have a listen to the engine while you're doing the test drive. Also, if you want to test out the stereo, do it when you're back at the dealership, because otherwise you might get distracted when evaluating the feel of the car. And point number 7, you finally bought a car. So exciting. Now you got to choose. Will you buy it outright, or are you gonna lease it or take a loan for it? That's another thing you need to choose. When leasing, you have newer cars for less money, but you only have them for 4 years, and after 4 years you need to get another one. So that's a little downside. When buying them outright, it's a lot of money at once, and when taking a loan, well, it's mostly a little more expensive than leasing, but you get to keep the car afterwards, same as buying it. And when you've gone through all of these steps, you are now the proud owner of your new car, the one you chose from step 1 all the way through step number 7. And I hope you're happy with the car and hope you enjoy it. Let me know down in the comments below how you go about choosing your car, and maybe if this little small 7 tips were helpful to you in choosing your car. That also brings us to the end of this video. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, drop that comment down below, and be sure to subscribe and don't miss any of my videos. But for now, guys, I will see you in the next one. I'm out.